In New Jersey, there are 4 types of alimony. Open duration, which is for cases involving marriages of greater than 20 years. Limited duration, which is for cases in marriages less than 20 years. Reimbursement, which is a defined amount intended to reimburse the other spouse for something. And rehabilitative, which is a typically timed amount connected to the continuing or recertification of education. So for example, in a rehabilitative case, if you've been out of the workforce for 5 years and you need to update your certification, and that's going to take a year, you may receive base alimony with an additional amount for that year to cover the rehabilitative component necessary. In determining alimony, both the type, one of the 4 types, or the amount, the court looks towards the statutory factors in determining those components. The factors would include the need, the duration of the marriage, the standard of living, the ability of the other party to pay, the intended outcome, the child rearing responsibilities, equitable distribution, and some other factors that the court would review. And then the court would weigh all those factors to see what's the right amount and what's the right term. This is also why your case information statement is so critically important, because in that statement, you're going to define many of those factors: income, need, ability to pay, equitable distribution. Regardless of the type of alimony you receive, it can terminate sooner than expected. That termination can happen based upon cohabitation, remarriage, death of the payor, death of the payee, which means that your children will not be the recipient of your alimony entitlement, and any other substantial change in circumstance which would warrant a termination of that support obligation. Termination of reimbursement alimony, however, is typically not so easy to accomplish because it is a defined amount for a defined reason. If you are a recipient of alimony and you remarry, unless your agreement provides otherwise, alimony will terminate on the date of remarriage. If your spouse who pays alimony, or if you're the payor of alimony, is remarried, there will be no impact on the alimony. The person who's receiving alimony cannot get a greater benefit because the payor has remarried. The exception or condition on that statement is that to the extent that the payor's expenses have reduced, that could be considered for a modification.